A new telescope built to track fast-moving space objects in Chile has caught a comet from beyond the solar system moving across the sky.
Atlas has detected a mysterious interstellar visitor, and it may be deadly. The automated telescope system revealed what appears to be a powerful engine hurtling through our solar system, generating immense energy as it moves.
NASA detected a mysterious object speeding toward Earth, and some actual bona fide experts think it might not be your typical space rock, or maybe any kind of rock, or a natural phenomenon at all.
The discovery has shaken astronomers worldwide, as multiple observatories and scholars launch urgent investigations. Now, haunting questions remain. Where did it come from? And what could its presence mean for the future of our solar system?
The supposed comet is catching the attention of some of the nation's most renowned scientists, as one Harvard professor is raising the theory this may actually be a piece of alien technology.
Join us as we explore Avi Loeb's research on the new 3I/ATLAS images that show something that shouldn't be possible. Astronomers everywhere are buzzing about the high-resolution image of an interstellar visitor that entered our solar system. This object was spotted by the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, Atlas Survey Telescope in Chile on the 1st of July. After its image was captured and researched, scientists settled for the name 3I/ATLAS. The 3I/ATLAS is a 7-mile-wide comet speeding towards the Earth from way out beyond the asteroid belt between Jupiter and Mars. It is believed to have come from some far-off star in the Milky Way. It is also known as C/2015N, Atlas, and formerly known as A11PL3Z. At discovery, it was located at 4.5 astronomical units, which is about 670 million kilometers from the Sun. It's noted that the 3I Atlas will not come closer than 270 million kilometers from Earth, and therefore poses no threat. Also, further observations reveal that 3I/Atlas has a coma rich in carbon dioxide, with smaller amounts of water ice, water vapor, carbon monoxide, and carbonyl sulfide. The Very Large Telescope detected emissions of cyanide gas and atomic nickel vapor at levels comparable to those of comets in the solar system. These findings suggest that 3I/ATLAS shared chemical characteristics with familiar comets, despite its interplanetary origin. One interesting fact is that the 3I/ATLAS also appears to be older than our entire solar system. On August 27th, scientists at the Gemini South Telescope in the Chilean Andes took a new detailed picture of 3I/ATLAS, which revealed a good look at its tail. The tail, which was made up of ice and dust, is being blown away from the comet by the solar wind, the stream of charged particles coming from the sun. As the comet gets closer to the sun in the next few months, the tail will also grow to become several times wider than the comet itself. The new photo also shows a fuzzy cloud of ice and dust around the object. The cloud would become bigger as the sun heats the comets up, and as it grows, the comet will reflect more light in the night sky. The 3I/ATLAS has been a hot topic among scientists because of its peculiar features. Many thought it was a comet, but Avi Loeb, a retired Harvard astronomy professor, suggests it is not a natural object, but possibly an alien spaceship. He pointed out that the comet's tail roams around the sun in a reverse direction, which is an unusual feature of a comet. The object is speeding at 60 kilometers per second, and it looks like it has an engine, cruising through our solar system with a purpose. Loeb thinks its size and color suggest it's not a comet. Plus, it appears bigger than the previous interstellar object we have received from space so far, Oumuamua in 2007 and Tui Borisov in 2009. The Harvard professor believes there's only a 0.2% chance that 3I/ATLAS is a natural object. Leon took a step further to research this object with a colleague, and their discovery was mind-blowing. The light from 3I/ATLAS fades faster than anything scientists have seen from known comets, and it has not been powered by the sun. Loeb figures out that his object is producing its own lights, an insane amount of energy that is about 10 gigawatts. To put that in perspective, It is equivalent to 10 full-scale nuclear power plants running at full steam. This is a massive energy beacon shining in space, which is an impossible feat. This realization changes the whole game. If it's making its own light, then initially the size estimate will be way off. But if it has some internal reactor going on, Leon's calculations suggest it could be tiny, with a size of under 300 feet across. Though this size does not correlate with the level of energy emanating from it. Loeb's discoveries also defy physics, as there is no natural process that can let a rock of such size generate the power of a small nation. Loeb's research also revealed another stunning feature of this comet, which is the path it's taking. Unlike objects traveling through space that have a random trajectory, 3I-ATLAS is moving along the ecliptic plane, the flat disk where all the planets in the solar system exist. It sounds like an odd coincidence for an interstellar object to line up with our planetary plans perfectly. But the coincidence did not stop there. Its path looks like it's on a guided tour of our solar system. After circling the Sun, it's set to zoom close to other key planets. The James Webb Space Telescope also made a weird discovery about 3I/ATLAS. The gas cloud around it barely holds water, and it contains more carbon dioxide. This made some scientists conclude it was formed in a totally different star system, but Loeb believed it could be a spacecraft on a journey. This interstellar object brought about division among the astronomy community. Most perceive it as just a weird comet, insisting that our universe is huge and filled with strange stuff we have never seen before. They believe the energy 3I-ATLAS is producing came from exotic ices, or from its distant origins. They warn against concluding it's an alien probe with no solid proof. Meanwhile, Loeb and a handful of other scientists explored other possibilities associated with 3I/ATLAS features. Loeb argues that believing it is a comet is too limiting. He also made a Loeb scale to rank these space objects with 3I Atlas at a 4 out of 10, which shows it's possibly an artificial craft. Despite others flagging his discoveries, Leon went ahead to publish a paper about it and call on global leaders to come together and make a plan towards 3I/ATLAS. In a recent interview with News Nation, Dr. Avi Loeb emphasized the need to establish an international organization responsible for making policy decisions towards cosmic objects, posing a threat to human life. He also pointed out that while much attention is given to existential threats like artificial intelligence, climate change, and asteroid impacts, the potential risk posed by alien technology remains overlooked. Leon added that there should be a clear, unified policy to respond to potential alien encounters based on their features and intentions. However, Leon and his colleagues are looking to get a clearer picture of 3I/ATLAS with the aid of a high-rise camera on NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter on the 3rd of October. It was predicted that 3I/ATLAS will pass by Mars within 18 million miles before it continues towards Jupiter in a closer reach. 3I Atlas will come closest to the Sun at a distance of 203 million kilometers from the Sun, which is between the orbits of Earth and Mars. Dr. Loeb has previously suggested that some objects from space, like 1I/Oumuamua and an unusual meteor named CNEOS 2418, might be alien spacecraft. Many researchers criticized his claims and also questioned his theories on 3I/ATLAS. To which he replied via his blog that, while he believed that 3I/ATLAS might be an artificial object, possibly a comet, yet he affirmed it was exciting for him to explore the possibility of 3I Atlas origin, though it might not contribute to a scientific inquiry and understanding. Meanwhile, astronomer Samantha Lawler pointed out that while it is good to be open-minded about new objects to be tested, his publication on 3I Atlas went too far. She emphasized that extraordinary claims will need extraordinary evidence to back them up, which Loeb's hypothesis lacks. On the flip side, another team of astronomers from China has determined the origin of 3I/ATLAS. The initial observation suggested that it was traveling from the thick disk of the Milky Way. However, Yiyang Guo and his team from Shanghai Jiao Tong University concluded that it likely originated from the thin disk of the galaxy. The thin disk is a region filled with new stars and dust, while the thick disk has older stars with a different composition. Approximately 10% of the stars are found in the thick disk. In their research, they analyzed the current orbit of 3I/A/TLAS alongside the orbits of nearby stars to identify its potential source. Their findings contradict the earlier belief that it came from the older stars in the Milky Way. They also speculated that close stars might have rejected 3I/ATLAS into the interplanetary space. This hypothesis is based on the common event where gravitational forces can propel comets away from their star systems. This group also conducted simulations and found that 25 stars had passed within 1 parsec, which is about 3 light-years from 3I/ATLAS. However, the relative speeds of these stars were too high for any of them to be considered the cause of their ejection. The researchers also matched the current motion of 3I/ATLAS with the velocity distribution of the stars in the thin disk, in an attempt to drive the idea that 3I/ATLAS likely originated from the region. And if it originated from the thick disk, it means 3I Atlas could be at least 7 billion years old, which means it's older than the solar system. A study led by Matthew Hopkins in July 2025 estimated with 68% confidence that 3I/ATLAS is between 7.6 and 14 billion years old. This estimate was based on the typical ages of stars in the Milky Way's thick disk. Also, Astor Taylor and Daryl Seligman estimated its age to be between 3 and 11 million years, which supports Hopkins and his team's findings. In comparing 3I Atlas with the previous 2 interplanetary objects from our solar system, it is much larger in diameter, with 15 kilometers compared to Oumuamua, which was 400 meters, and 2I Borisov, which was 1 kilometer. The 3I Atlas hyperbolic orbit has an eccentricity around 6.2, which exceeds Oumuamua's 1.2 and Borisov's 3.6. This confirmed 3I/ATLAS might have a strong interstellar origin. Just like 2I Borisov, 3I Atlas shows activities like carbon dioxide, water ice, and other gases. 3I Atlas moves very fast, about 4 times faster than New Horizons at Pluto. It also offers better chances to study material from other star systems and understand the comet foundation beyond our solar system. This is not the first time Loeb has developed a theory on interstellar visitors. In the case of Oumuamua in 2018, together with his colleagues, Bialy, they arrived at a conclusion. They suggested that Oumuamua was not a comet or any naturally formed object. Instead, it was a huge pancake-shaped sail, less than a millimeter thick, propelled by the sun's radiation. Loeb and Bialy wrote that Oumuamua might be a fully operational probe sent intentionally to Earth's vicinity by aliens, though they acknowledged they might not know for sure. The possibility that Oumuamua might be an alien spaceship has not been ruled out, but other scientists think it's unlikely. However, on 2I Borisov, Loeb concluded that it behaved like a familiar comet due to the presence of a gas and dust tail. He added that it hails from another system with no extraterrestrial attachments. Thanks for watching. Before you go, click the link on your screen to check out another video. See you there,